You want a war? You're going to get one.
What was that? He had no time for one more play. He had an opportunity to win that game again. But the referee screwed us. The brother screwed us. I'm upset, but the brother screwed us.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys game.
You literally.
The brother screwed us. The brother screwed us. We had an opportunity for one more play.
Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, Dingbat here, and welcome to legal tampering of the free agency. It started, like an hour and a half ago, and we're already getting all our guys plucked from us. Breaking news, Javon Hargrave signs a 4-year, $40 million guaranteed, 4-year, $80 million with the stinking San Francisco 49ers of all the teams. And then TJ Edwards goes to the Chicago Bears. How on earth can they work a contract out with them in 15 minutes? Multi-million-dollar contract. Good news. Jason Kelce returns, and we are away with this thing. It's going to be crazy. What is going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Ichigo, what's going on? BB13 was here. Alex K, Slithering Cobras. LA Nee Shelton, what's going on? North Philly Meach, Big Money, Sean Fitzpatrick, Manuel, Brian, Ezekiel Major. A lot of people in here already. Thank you guys so much for being here. Steven, David, Clark Roberts, my man. What is going on? Isaiah, I hope I said that name right. What is going on, everybody? How are you guys doing? Underdog Chance, Philly Wyatt. Anybody I'm missing, I apologize. It is fast and furious. We already got 396 people in the chat, and we just started. I just got home, just walked in the door for an extra long lunch. I will be streaming all week. Tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. Wednesday's the only day I'm iffy about. And then Thursday and Friday. Man, I got to tell you, I'm not surprised. My overall thoughts is I'm not surprised Hargrave went somewhere. Unfortunately, why did it have to be the San Francisco 49ers? To me, that's what sucks about it. But it is what it is. Let me see something here. Oh, stupid shit. There. I don't know why that thing looks uneven. To me, that's the worst part of it, you know? Crafty Girl 24, what's going on? Much love for Philadelphia, much love to you. Why are they going to the team we beat into a pulp? I don't know. Am I coming in loud and clear, by the way? Troy Singleton says, I hate losing our guys, but I'm glad they're not in our division. But they're in our conference, though. I mean, and that's what sucks. The 49ers, it hurts. Henry says, 49ers, bro, after all the trash they spoke about us, yeah, it's money over loyalty, unfollowed him. Listen, that's what I'm saying. That's sometimes the big difference with guys that you bring in as free agents. They don't have the same feel as a Brandon Graham, a Jason Kelce, a Lane Johnson, who were drafted. Howie, come on, make some moves. Well, at least we're getting reports that the Eagles are making a big push for C.J. Gardner-Johnson. 03, Dave for the super chat, my man. He goes, would it be blockbuster if Howie got Judy as wide receiver 3? It'd be really good. I mean, I think that's the gameplay for next year is to improve your offense while you rebuild your defense through the draft. So I would look for that. NFL players, especially when they're free agents and they come over and they weren't drafted. I mean, guys that are drafted with you sometimes are a lot more, there's a lot bigger connection. Yeah, why are we helping the Niners defense? I know. They already got, 7 compensatory picks. Now they got Javon Hargrave. The 49ers are definitely the toughest team that we're going to have to worry about in the division. You know? Imagine how he gets Judy. I mean, what are you going to have to give up for Judy? I don't think Judy's on the Jaguars. I think they're looking to move him or possibly Sutton. So we'll see. You're pissed we didn't pay Edwards that money. So I knew that they weren't going to pay Edwards. The thing is, it doesn't seem like a lot of money, but every dollar counts right now when we're trying to get cap space. We got Kelce coming back. Now we have to work a contract with him. He's got to sign a contract. He's technically a free agent too, but he won't go nowhere else. They're trying to take advantage of their quarterback situation. Let's sign Calais Campbell. Maybe if he's cheap. I think the first thing the Eagles got to do is find a way to get CJ Gardner-Johnson back. To me, that's number one priority. Mudumps. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Kelce returned. You wanted Hargrave? I didn't think there was a chance. Hargrave's making like $20 million a year? Damn, I'm good looking. Yeah. It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough. Ryan says, we just made the Super Bowl. Teams wanted to play for us, especially since Jalen outplayed Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Yeah, the problem is the cap space that we have. We don't have a lot of maneuverability. Like if the Eagles had a bunch of space, I have no doubt Hargrave would be back. Brad, they would all be back. Austin Eckler asking for a trade. He would be a very interesting pickup for the Eagles if they would be willing to use running backs more in the passing game. What did he have, like over 100 receptions last year? Sean Fitzpatrick says, call up the Titans and see what they want for Jefferson. I thought Simmons is a free agent. Isn't Simmons a free agent? Hey, I want Derrick. I would love Derrick Henry. Anything that increases or improves my offense at this point to be even more lethal than last year, I would do it. Listen, right now, here's the way I see it. Everything has gone according to what we thought. There is no surprises yet. The only surprise is that the 49ers were the team that signed Hargrave and not the Bears or somebody else. But really, everything that has happened so far was planned. Or we're not planned, but it was expected. What we need is CJ Gardner-Johnson back. A $6 million cap hit, that's it for Eckler. Yeah, but Eckler wants a new contract. I don't think you can trade Eckler without a new contract. The reason he asked for a trade was because he wants a new deal. So you have to pay him. 500, who all did we sign so far? And people off Bradbury money so we can match him. Bradbury said he's going to let the Eagles try to match. Whether the Eagles can do that or not, that remains to be seen. But he's going to at least give them an option. Reports have been that the Eagles are making a strong play for CJ Gardner-Johnson to retain him. So right now, that's where we're at. We're kind of in limbo, Having $54 million of dead money is worse than paying a franchise court. Well, yeah, of course. And that comes from really bad contracts that they continue to restructure and push back. Now we're paying for it. Cox and Jordan Davis were the reasons Hargrave was so successful. Pause. And I expect Fletcher Cox to be going too. Miles to the Panthers. Is that true, or is that just a guess? It wouldn't surprise me at all. We got 681 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. You will all rock. I don't hate Hargrave, you guys. I don't hate Hargrave either. He's a free agent. That's what they do. I just wish he didn't go to the 49ers. Like, to me, that's your big opponent in the NFC that you're going to have to beat next year. And they just got better today, and we haven't. So the 49ers, by signing him, they knew they were weakening the Eagles. You meant CJ at corner and draft. I think CJ's better at a safety. I mean, he could play slot corner. I don't think he could be an outside corner for you, though. G-Code says, this is why you have to complete the mission. Yeah, you when you're in the Super Bowl and you got that chance, you've got to finish it. I agree. Jerry says, let's go get Bobby Wagner. I think that would be a great signing. I think that would be a great move. If you could get like Bobby Wagner like on a 1-year deal and you could probably get him for a decent price. I think that would be a great move for the Eagles. I agree with you. But I just wonder right now, why, how much of this for the Eagles right now is priority CJ Gardner-Johnson, and then you have the whole Darius Slay thing. The Eagles have not restructured his contract yet. They have not restructured Lane Johnson. I think they came into today with about $7 million in cap space. Bill says, Philly 500, I think Fletcher Cox may be on his way out, so the defense line might not be as good as they were last season. Yeah, he is. And that's why when I talk about, like, if Jalen Carter drops, you got to take him, because defensive tackle has to be in play in the draft right now. Trade Slay, restructure Lane, sign CJ, and Hurts. Yeah, it sounds possible, except for you got to work out deal with Slay beforehand, because otherwise you can't trade him because it's too much of a hit. Michael says, we need to sign 500 and Joe Yates to play quarterback doing free safety to replace Bradbury. I have to play safety, though. I'm a better safety than corner. Tom, what's going on? He goes, hello from Youngstown, Ohio. Offensive line looking good. Howie, defense now. It's going to be interesting. Would you want to have Adam Thielen as our third receiver? I mean, I think he would be an upgrade, definitely. But he's a Viking. I don't know. Yeah, Hargrave is on the 49ers. We have 721 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here today. If you're new to the channel, hit that like. Make sure you subscribe. And I wish I never wore red if I knew he was going to go to the 49ers. We got Kelce and Brandon Graham back. Yes. Now, Kelce's not signed yet. They've got to work a deal out with him. So I don't know if that's going to eat up any of our cap we have. Oh, look who came out from hiding. The pathetic 1-3-0-3 as the home team Super Bowl pathetic football team Eagles. Imagine being 0-3. I don't know what you're talking about. Out of hiding? What do you mean? I've been here. I literally do a video every day from the Super Bowl. Where the hell you been? You can't meet. I must be misunderstanding what you just wrote. Baron says, yo, Philly, so happy Kelce's back. Yeah, I'm happy Kelce's back, but we knew he was coming. We all suspected it. Now, the Eagles still have the best offensive line of football. They still have one of the best receiving corps. They still have one of the best quarterbacks in the league, right? They still have one of the best tight ends in the league. Let's take advantage of that offense next year while rebuilding our defense through the draft. Lucio said, y'all cannot lose Slay. I mean, I don't think we're going to. But you never know. Sean says, what if we resign CJ, Epps, and bring Cox back on yet another one-year deal? Probably the best they can hope for. I don't think we need. I mean, I would say, yeah, resign CJ, let Marsha Epps walk, and then if you want to bring Cox back on a one-year deal, I'm okay with that. Rocha, my man, shout out to Rocha. You gotta love Rocha. If you guys haven't, go sub him up, even though he is a 49er fan. Well, he's one of the good ones. Thank you, man, for the super chat. He goes, Philly, what are your thoughts on us signing Hargrave? Great signing, great player, man. Great player, great pass rushing interior defensive lineman. He's gonna help you guys a lot. Like I said, there's no doubt the 49ers knew they were weakening us and definitely got better today. Your defense got a lot better today. I think Hargrave's a hell of a player. Now the thing is I don't know what his contract. I don't know the terms of it, but he is 30 years old. So, but he's coming off a great season. Lee and Kelly Green, what's going on, man? How are you? Paul Pierce says, trade for Slay is post June 1st. You would have to trade him post. You would have to designate post June 1st. The problem with that is that $17 million, that cap savings, you can't apply it to right now. So by the time you get that money, all those free agents, everybody's going to be off the market. So it wouldn't help us immediately. The thing you got to do is you got to basically rework his contract, give him an extension, and then move him. Stoney says, don't think Kelce's going to handle Hargrave in the trenches. We'll see. We'll see. What I want to see is what they're going to do at right guard. I'm assuming, and we're all assuming, that they're going to just move Cam Jurgens over, but we don't know that for sure, you know? You're right. I didn't expect the 49ers to get hard. Yeah, I didn't either. G-code sick to his stomach. Listen, I'm telling you, everything right now is kind of going according to plan. What we want is CJ Gardner-Johnson back, and then hopefully they can get some restructuring done, get some cap space, and then start going. The Eagles are not, even if they lose these guys, they are still one of the best teams in the NFC. They just, we just kind of got to wait and see what happens. Yeah, restructure before the trade so that the team acquiring takes on the money not us. Yeah, and it would free up cap space that we could use now. You would be better than Epps. I'm already better than Epps. What do you think about bringing in Bates and trade? I just don't think you could afford either of those guys. Bates is going to get, he's probably going to be the highest paid safety, no? Yeah. Eagles defense league. Well, yeah, but your offense stinks. Dallas can talk about our defense, but look at your offense. You can't score points. You think we have to go corner in the draft? It's one of the positions we're going to need. I think the Eagles are going defensive line. I really do. I think at 10 they're going line. That's what I think. You hope Bradbury burns in hell? Oh, man, that's brutal. To me, it hurts. It hurts more when it's a guy that was drafted by you that you think has some sort of loyalty to the team. They leave. These guys, these free agents you bring in, and then they play a couple years and they leave. It's hard for me to get on them. Yeah, that's right. Pinky up when you drink. That's right. I think Reed Blankenship has ability. Mark says moving back from 10 and 30. I'm not moving back from 10. Like I said this yesterday. I don't see how the Eagles can move off of 10. You're going to get a top 6 talent in the draft. Like we need talent. We're losing not just players in terms of quantity. We are losing high quality players. I think you need to get a blue chip guy who could come in and maybe start day one. Some of those corners, what I like about them is their ability to start day one. So it's just crazy. It really is. It's going to be one of those days. We just kind of have to we kind of have to weather the storm. Modify Whips, welcome to Dingbat Nation, man. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome to Dingbat Nation. Chaos the Filthy, member for 29 months of Throne Room of Dingbats, man. Shout out to you. It doesn't say anything, but shout out to you, man. Thank you for your support. We got 771 people in here. Holy crap. 18 minutes in, is that what we are? Hell yeah. We're going to try to go for, 2 hours today. But, oh crap, my damn computer's going to die. There we go, baby. I guess the 49ers sign Hargrave was their stick it to us moment. I guess. Let's see what Brock Purdy is and their quarterbacks are in year 2. Y'all losing Hargrave because of Hurts, don't worry. It has nothing to do with Hurts. It has nothing to do with Hurts. Maybe it does a little bit, but it's not. He's not even signed yet. Steven says, no doubt this is good content. Thank you, my man. Shout out to you. Gibbs most explosive running back I've seen in 20 years since Jamal Charles. We got to roll. Wow, that's high praise. If he is in fact that, then yeah, I agree. Get him. I like Gibbs. Gibbs. I love Bijan Robinson too. Sounds like Jimmy G's going to Vegas. They said, so it says Raiders closing in on a deal with quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo, according to NFL insider Mike Garofalo. So bye-bye Jimmy G. Bob Brown says, Philly feels like Christmas morning and there's no gifts under the tree with our names on them. Dude, it feels like we got coal. You ever watch the Christmas show Fat Man? And the kid wakes up, he gets cold, so he hires an assassin to kill Santa. I love that. 49ers, man, they're going to be tough. There's nothing else I can say. 49ers got a good roster. They got better today, and they're taking their shot. But we can survive it. We can survive this. 500, any thoughts on the backup quarterback? From what we heard and what my prediction was to go after Marcus Mariota. I think he would be a great guy. Stop it. Stop trying to have sex with the other cats. But I think Marcus Mariota would be a good fit. I wish there was an update on whether or not we've signed Johnson, Slay, or Bradbury. Well, the reports before the legal tampering period began was that the Eagles were making a strong push to get something done with C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Let's hope this is true. The question I have is, when are these restructurings going to come? Aaron Rodgers might go to New York Jets 500. Yeah, I saw that, Logan. Isn't it interesting, though? Like, history repeats itself. Like, Brett Favre, he was old, eventually left Green Bay, goes to the Jets. Now, like all these years later, same situation, and now it's Aaron Rodgers, and he's going to the Jets. Philly, I think the Eagles looking at Kansas at the 10th pick might even be able to trade back a couple slots and still grab him. Elijah Kansas is a guy that I don't know. It just, like, every time I think of him, it sounds like, yeah, I could see that. I could totally see it. Andrew, where you been? He goes, it looks like the Eagles are going to lose in free agency more than they will gain in the draft. Eagles' war chest is just about empty too. How do you attract free agents? Well, I think the players on your roster, I think Jalen Hurts will help attract free agents. The problem is you don't have the money to compete right now. So the Eagles got to be very smart. They've got to be very smart about how they go about it, right? I think the priority is this year and next year, you got to build through the draft your defense back up. It's going to take time. In the meantime, going into next season, the best thing you could do is take advantage of your high-powered offense. Shore it up where you can this year, get better, and then go out and outscore people. I think that's got to be the plan. Carlos, what's going on? Joshua, my man, shout out to you. He goes, explain to me how we couldn't give Edwards that contract. Bro, Howie, I hope, is doing something with Bradbury or CJ. I like Kelce coming back. Joshua, thank you for super chat. There is no way, and this is just the history, like the recent, last 20 years, 23 years of the Eagles, they don't pay linebackers. They're not going to retain linebackers and pay them. And they're not going to spend $1 million in cap space to do it. They look at it like they have Nakobe Dean, and he's going to come in and fill a spot. Now, I would not be surprised if you paired Dean up with like a Wagner, but they weren't going to sign him. The question I have about the TJ Edwards thing is, how does TJ Edwards have a contract for 3 years, $19 million negotiated already with the Bears when the Bears are not allowed to have any contact? You mean to tell me in 16 minutes they hammered out a multi-million-dollar deal? I don't know, man. It sounds like there's a little bit of tampering going on. Tampering before the legal tampering. Nobody's even talking about it. But seriously, like, how did they get that contract done so quick? Maybe the Eagles thought, hey, we'll get him. We'll talk and discuss it. And then, boom, he's already signed because he was negotiating with them beforehand. Trade up for Will. If I have an opportunity to get Will Anderson, I would do it in a second. In a second. You're dang right. Hell yeah, I would do that. Quit crying. You don't even know what crying is. Discussing is not crying. That's why nothing gets done in the world today. Because people think that anytime you have a discussion, it's crying. I'll tell you what crying is. Crying was yesterday when the Cowboys realized all they had to do was give up a third-round pick, and they could have had Jalen Ramsey, and they blew it again. Marcus says, can't believe we lose Hargrave, and it was expected. We're going to see Seumalo go, and we're going to see Fletcher Cox most likely go, and we're going to then see Miles Sanders go. It sounds like Buffalo is leading the way for Miles. Frylock says, please, Dallas, take Hopkins. Love to see y'all waste more money. Again, Hopkins is done. They're not getting Hopkins. They're more focused on linebackers. James, David Super Chat, my man. He goes, what's up, bro? I think we need one veteran if we draft a defensive tackle. But what do you think will Cox or Calais Campbell cost? Or who do you like? I honestly think, I don't know what Fletcher Cox is going to get on the open market, but I don't see him or Campbell coming, to be honest. I think the Eagles are going to draft the defensive tackle, and then they're going to put it on guys like Jordan Davis. They might get, maybe they try to get like Sue back cheap or something like that, you know. Waldo Vision says, hey, Philly, what do you think about Nolan Smith at 10? I wouldn't take him at 10. I think later first round, but I probably wouldn't take him at 10. I think you really got to go interior defensive line or cornerback at that pick. The Eagles did not clinch last place. Oh, my God. You guys are crazy. Hopkins doesn't want to play in Dallas with the Cowboys. Let Dallas go get him. I mean, what are they paying Dak this year? Like $40-something million? They're a joke. D was not good. They benefited from Hurts and the offense holding the bar. Defense had 70 sacks last year. I mean, you can't say defense was bad when they go out and they set sack records. Defense had talent and underperformed at times. I agree. Super Bowl underperformed. You know? Come here, cat. Come here. You ain't getting none. Either Corner or Robinson at 10 mil will be great. 10. Hey, listen, I'm all about Bijan Robinson some point in the first round for the Eagles. I think that would be unbelievable. Who do you guys think is the next shoe to drop? Like, which Eagle do you think we lose next? That's what I want to know. Who do we lose next? Is it going to be Bradbury? Is it going to be CJ? Is it going to be Miles? I'm going to say I think Miles is the next to go. TJ Edwards chose the wrong hole. Pause 4 or 5 times in the Super Bowl. Cover either by. Well, at least we got Nakobe Dean, right? At least we got Nakobe Dean ready to go. So hopefully he'll step in and he'll be good. I like Nakobe Dean. I think he's going to be fine. Easy Money says, yo, 500, it's almost draft time. It's almost draft time, my man. I got my Matt Corral jersey ready to go. Yes, Seumalo, I can see that. Yep. Could totally see it. Eagles winning free agency because Gannon is gone. That makes sense. Bradbury. Well, at least Bradbury is willing to let the Eagles have an opportunity to try to match it. The question I have, and this is what I don't know. If anybody knows, answer me this. If the Eagles sign somebody, do they have to restructure and create that space before they even do it? Or do you have to get down by a certain time? Like now that it's a new season, they have, I don't know, however many days or weeks to get it done. Because I'm just wondering, with $7 million, if Bradbury calls you up, how do you even match that? How do you match any offer? Miles will be next. I think Miles is going to go to Buffalo. Oh, Miles talking to the Broncos. Miles should go to Buffalo. Actually, if I was Miles Sanders, I would be trying to get to Miami. That's where I would try to go. because they're stocked, man. Kyle says, you think A.J. Brown's going to be on the phone recruiting? I do. Actually, I do. I actually do, and I actually think the Eagles are going to actually look at that. I'm not saying they're going to do it, but I think the Eagles are definitely going to consider that. Why not? Like I said, if I was to make a trade, just as pure speculation, but let's say I was able to acquire Derrick Henry for a decent pick, right? Like a mid-round pick, like a fourth-round pick or something. If I had him, exactly what I would do in the draft is at 30, I would take Gibbs. And I'd have Gibbs and Henry, and I would only keep Henry 1 year and I'd let him walk. And then Gibbs would take over. Yeah, I've heard people say that that James Bradbury is a good fit for the Cowboys. It could be. It could be. Cowboys are going to have the same problem they have this year. I don't think they got the offense. I don't think they got the coach. And I think they'll stink. Phil, I agree with you. Get the running back from Texas and build the defense up in the draft because nothing's happening with the restructuring of contracts. Exactly. And that gives you time because your offense will be so much better that your defense will get an opportunity to kind of retool. And then you play a little bit more aggressive defense and you kind of create things. Let some young guys play and your offense carries you. Oh, Dingbat, Dave for Super Chat. He goes, who should Jets get, Lamar or Rodgers? I don't think they got a chance in hell to get Lamar. Is he exclusive franchise tag? So somebody can technically sign him. They're going to get Aaron Rodgers. I guess Adam Thielen will be okay third receiver, but I'm not. It doesn't excite me. So Raiders signing Jimmy Garoppolo for 3 years, $67.5 million, $34 million guaranteed. He stinks. I think Garoppolo is a good quarterback if you build around him. But DeForest Shield says, I'm glad Hargrave is gone. He's getting older. We need young guys. The Eagles team is still going to be good. Yeah, it is. Because they got that offense. The Eagles still have a really good offense. They still got the best offensive line in football. You just got the best center in football back, right? If they can somehow get C.J. Gardner-Johnson back, I just feel like that we can recover. Rock the artist. Time for action. What's going on, my man? Wagner, Dean, Reddick is what that would be really good because I think you could get Wagner. I think the Eagles could get that deal done. Like I think they could afford to find a way to pay him. Remember, the Eagles are losing Javon Hargrave, but they still got Brandon Graham 11 sacks, Josh Sweat double-digit sacks, and then you got Haason Reddick. You still got guys that could get to the quarterback. I think you got to shore up another defensive tackle, but they'll be okay. They'll be okay. Kelce's staying. Now, he's got to work out. He has to work out a contract with the Eagles, but he's not going anywhere. We're trading Big Sills. What are we getting for him? Hollywood Hogan, did your team make stuff? Cowboy fans. See, Cowboy fans, they just, all they do is franchise tag running backs. When we get CJ back, how long do you think the deal will be? I'm guessing 4 or 5 years, something like that. I think to me, my number one free agent is CJ Gardner-Johnson. If you get him back, I feel like then we got a foundational piece in our secondary to build off for the future. I feel like it would be big. Eagles have 10 to 12 picks next year due to comp picks. 8 could easily be in the first 2 days. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. People said we had to get younger after 2017. Well, this is what it looks like, right? Let me see here. No, Joe Eagle, have you looked for Tyree Wilson yet, defensive end for Texas? I have not. JP Miles Garrett type athlete. I know edges are our biggest need, but if he's there, I haven't. I haven't yet. Listen, I'm a firm believer that within reason, at 10, you got to just take the best player on the board. Whoever's your best player, just take them. This team needs talent because they're losing talented players. That's why I am not interested in trading out of 10 unless it's maybe only a few spots and I get a ton. So they're talking about the Eagles, center Kelce returning. Yes, so Kelce's returning. That's good news. Sound like Jordan Davis will have more of a role next year, but I don't know who's going to be next to him. That's remains to be seen. I think in my mind, I think they're going to draft a defensive tackle. I really do. Niners are tapped out of money. He doesn't even know his team ignores stupidity. Zay, what's going on? Are you going to do some reaction videos for the draft, Philly? Yeah, I'm going to do some. They're probably going to be for channel members. Probably starting this week. I'm going to try to get 2 done this week. Because just from a views standpoint, they don't really get as many views, and I can do more with them with channel members. So you're a channel member, so yeah, they'll be out. Easy Money says trade for King Henry and Matt Corral as your quarterback 2 and draft another wide receiver early. SEC Eagles. There you go. 500. Check Twitter. Okay, hold on. Oh, by the way, if my phone rings, I'm going to have to be able to answer it. What am I looking at here? The Eagles making a push to resign. So, yeah, I saw that. I saw that earlier. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I like Milton Williams. I think he's more of a role player. I don't see him as a starter, though. Niners defensive line is scary. Backyard's Bird Podcast, thank you for the super chat. He goes, with Hargrave and TJ gone, doesn't that free cap? No, because they're free agents. They don't count against the cap in the new year at all because they're not under contract. So, no, they don't count. Jerry says, Philly, I think you're right. Let's go after Bijan Robinson or Darnell Washington. 2 tight end sets like the Hurts, Bijan, Goddard, Smith, Brown, and our O-line. Nobody. I mean, listen, if you want to make your offense better, I mean, if you can do that, how are teams going to stop you? It gives your defense time to adjust and stuff. And Backyard Bird Podcast, thank you for that super chat, by the way. Yeah, we are pushing for CJ. That's the move that we want. If we get CJ Gardner-Johnson signed, then I'm getting his jersey. I'll tell you that right now. I'm getting his jersey. See, Lions picked up a corner in free agency. More of a chance for us to get Gonzalez now. 500. Yeah, I guess. I like Gonzalez. I like Weathers. I like those guys. I haven't decided who I like the best though. Right now, I just have a feeling they're going defensive tackle. Fly Texas Fly says, Philly, did you see Davis and Joseph only played 10 snaps each in the Super Bowl? Gannon choked. They were going to stop in the run. Yeah. They got to use Jordan Davis more. He's got to be more involved in this defense next year, but he's also got to be better conditioned. And I want to see the jump that Jordan Davis is going to make from year 1 to year 2. I think he'll make it. Let's see. When was the last time you were at an Eagles game? The last Eagles game I was at, it's been a while. I was at Eagles, Arizona. I think it was a game or two. I can't remember if it was the game before or the game a couple games before. Right before Chip Dip Kelly got fired. That was it. But when I was back east, I used to go all the time. I've been to the Vet, been to the Link, We went many, many years. Mark Holmes haven't organized. Why? It just is funny to me. The Cowboys are always talk about two positions in free agency for them: running backs and linebackers every year. Running backs and linebackers. Running backs and linebackers. Dude, they need to get their offense up to snuff. Would I rather trade for Eckler or Henry? It's a good question. It depends. I have to think about that because Eckler's young. Eckler's younger. But if I could get Henry in combination with Jamar Gibbs, I would do that. The thing is if I get Derrick Henry, I'm not paying him. I'm not giving him an extension. He's playing 1 year and he's gone. I gotta pay Eckler. But Eckler does got a lot of catches. ACP Baller, what's going on, man? He goes, Philly, what's happening, my guy? Dan Philly, I'm on a break at work and seeing you post and we lost Hargrave, shaking my damn head. That hurts. Who would you like to replace him with? I don't know who they could replace him with in terms of free agency. I don't know. Maybe you could find a way to get Sue back cheap. But I think they're going to replace him in the draft. That's what I think will happen. Jerry says, let's go get Bijan Robinson. How about going after another tight end, Michael Myers, Darnell Washington, 2 tight end sets like the old Patriot offense? Nobody will be able to stop us. I'm all for the Bijan Robinson thing. The 2 tight end sets, yeah, it's possible, but I can't waste a first rounder on a tight end. I got to start replacing my defense. So I would say Bijan Robinson, I'm down with. No question about it. Henry, because of AJ's history. Oh, I just think of I think a Henry is a guy that you just bring in for 1 year. I don't see him more than that. Impacting Eagles, Dave for Super Chat goes, when does all the dead cap come back into play? It's coming in play now. We got to eat it this year. Make sure I didn't miss any membership stuff. Cowboys always talk about 2 positions. So all I ever hear them talk about: linebacker and running back. Linebacker and running back. And every once in a while, they'll sprinkle on a safety, sprinkle on a corner. That's it. Devon, David Super Chat goes, we have Milton Williams. We have a replacement. I don't know that I think Milton Williams is a full-fledged starting defensive tackle. I think he's a good rotational piece, but I still think you need somebody else. Like, for example, if Jalen Carter drops, I'm taking him. I would really consider Kalijah Kancey. I really like Kalijah Kancey a lot. I really like him. I think Kalijah Kancey would be a great pick. Now, if you're going to tell me, like somebody said earlier, I could go back from 10 to 13, get an extra pick, and get Kalijah Kancey, I would do that if they decide not to go corner, You don't want a running back. Well, that's fine, but we don't have one. We need one for next year. I want a running back because I want to be better than – I want my offense to be better than it was a year ago. I want it to be better, well-rounded. I want it to be able to score more points. I want it to take pressure off my defense. And I think if you make your offense better short-term for 1 year, you're going to be able to still compete with a revamped defense. Would you trade for Kyle Pitts as the third wide receiver? No. What would that cost you? And why are the Falcons giving up on him already? Resign Sue, trade for King Henry, Matt Corral's quarterback 2 and draft. Well, you still want Matt Corral? Dude. Did Matt Corral get traded or something? I thought I just read something about him. Javon, thank you. Says, I'm so glad I found you, Philly, and I have this Eagles family. So I have people share it with you. Yes, it is. Thank you for finding me. I appreciate that. Appreciate you being here. With what money we have Can we even think about? No. I mean, they have to maneuver stuff. But I think Henry's $10 million next year. I don't know in a trade. I don't know how much Tennessee would have to pick up of that. So potentially it could work for 1 year. But I think it's only a 1 year thing. You still got to draft a running back. James, David Super Chat. He goes, did you see the video from Kelce and Howie on New Heights? They're drinking some. Yeah, I saw Howie get to work. Yeah, I saw that little clip. It was awesome. Yeah, Kansas is perfect next to Dave. I know. I'm telling you, man. I every year I get crushes on players. Pause. Kalijah Kansas, I'm falling in love with more and more. I really like Kalijah Kansas, and I just think his style would be perfect complement to Jordan Davis. Thumbo Davis Super Chat. He goes, Odell Beckham Jr. for wide receiver 3 and draft Robinson. I would love to draft Robinson. The only problem is Odell, they say he's asking for $20 million a year. You're not going to pay a wide receiver number 3 $20 million a year, you know? Jaden says, I'm kind of upset Hargrave signed with the Niners. Yeah, that's the one thing I'm upset about, too, is I wish he didn't sign with the 49ers. Eagles are not trained for Henry. I love when people say that. I love when people tell me they're not going to do something because 50% of the time, then they do it. Is it likely? No. Is it impossible? No. Why would it be? Why would it be impossible? Not trade for an upgrade running back should be priority, though. Most likely, it'll be second-round pick. Shady second-round, Sanders second-round. Howie takes him a second. Yeah, Howie takes him a second, but you can't just keep doing the same thing every year. Sometimes you got to change things up. I think Bijan Robinson, if I'm going to go running back, I'm going in the draft. My 30th pick, I'm trading that pick up. I'm going to get the 30th pick. I'm going to take my second pick, the same second-round pick next year, and I'm going to move up into the first round, and I'm going to snag Bijan Robinson. Yeet, thank you for the super chat. Goes Hargrave is a what? What is that, a cat? Oh, I get it now. Yeah. I probably can't say that word. JJ says Odell Beckham Jr. wants $20 million per year. That's too much money for a third wide receiver. Henry to the Bills. I don't even know why the Titans. Well, I guess the Titans are cleaning house. Yeah, Henry to the Bills would be crazy. It would be, but I have a feeling. He's going to. I think the Bills are going to sign Miles. Karina says Austin $6.5 million. Problem with Austin, from what I understand, is you have to give him a new contract. He wants an extension. That's why he's asking for a trade. So you'd have to extend him. So how much would that cost us? Reeves says resign Sue for 1 year. I like that idea. And Williams as rotational. Agreed. Draft Kancey or Breesy as your penetrating starters next to Davis. You can trade back from 10 to 15 and still get either prospect and the extra 2. If I could get Kalijah Kancey at 15 and trade back 5 spots and get another second, I would do it. Yeah, I'm a big Kalijah Kancey guy. I think he's going to be great. I think he's a perfect fit. Henry, the Cowboys, there you go. Once again, Cowboys, always worrying about running backs and linebackers. Adam, the what? Philly wants Bijan because he's scared of the Cowboys. Well, I could care less about believe it or not, Dallas Cowboy fans, many of the things that we think about have nothing to do with Dallas. At no point did I think Dallas would be trying to get Bijan Robinson when they just signed a franchise tag to Pollard. Why on earth would they even do that? I am not scared of Bijan Robinson with Dallas. Go get another running back. You guys, this is why you lose every year. Clark Robinson says, welcome back. Who, me? Desert Eagle 90, man. What's going on, my man? How are you? What's happening? Kancey is Let me pull up his. He's actually very similar to him and Aaron Donald are very comparable. So he'd be more of a pass rushing defensive tackle, I believe. But if you put him in combination with Jordan Davis, he's good. He's 6'1", 280 pounds, 281 pounds. Aaron Donald coming out was 6 foot 3/4, 285 pounds. He ran a Kelce ran a 4.6 740. Donald ran a 4.68. They're very similar in size. So technically, yeah, but I think you can get around that with Jordan Davis. Masters 500 thoughts on trading Slay and potentially keeping Bradbury. I'm okay with that. I thought Bradbury had a better year than Slay. So I would be okay with that. We are over 1,000 people. Holy crap. We got over 1,000 people in the chat. How many likes do we got? We need at least like 500 likes. We need to blow this mother humper out. And if you haven't, make sure you click the link. Make sure there's no link. Just subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Let's get over 500 likes in this stream. How much money do we receive? No, we don't save any money because Hargrave wasn't under contract, so he wasn't affecting anything with our cap. Aaron, wait. This can't be real, right? Aaron Donald overrated. I'll pass. What? Aaron Donald overrated. I'll pass. That has to be that has to be the quote of the century. Aaron Donald overrated. I'll pass. Even if he is overrated, he's still a Hall of Famer. You can't be serious, man. He can't be serious. Like, dude, I need a shirt that says Aaron Donald is overrated. Keon Wright. Man, he gotta be joking. He's gotta be joking. He's joking. You're a joker. You're a comedian. What are you gonna do? No news on Bobby Wagner. No news. I think Elijah Kelce would be a great fit for the Eagles. But I'll tell you this too: if Jalen Carter, if he starts to fall, if he gets to 8, I would consider trading up for him. You know, to me, the key we need C.J. Gardner-Johnson back. So Cameron Sutton goes to Detroit. I'm gonna look. Let me gather here. Let me see if I can find any Eagle stuff going on. Stop texting me. No. Let's see. For those monitoring potential comp picks for next year, pound 49ers ahead of the game right now. Presumably adding Hargrave cancels out losing Jimmy G. But losing, who cares about the 49ers? I don't care. Somebody's got to tell me how in hell the Bears negotiated a multi-million-dollar deal with T.J. Edwards in 15 minutes. Hall says, even if we make major moves defensively, I have no expectation for season. Let me say this, okay? Why do people text me? If you text me, I'm going to put you on mute. I don't like text when I'm streaming. Even if the Eagles, people act like the Eagles are going to stink next year, they're not going to be good. Eagles are still going to be very good. The Eagles are still going to be competing in the NFC, but we're going to rely on our offense a lot more. Hargrave gets to pay $2.46 to stay covered. Yeah, he gets to pay a lot of taxes. If I was a football player, I'll tell you what, I would be headed for probably Florida. What other states don't have state income tax? Because that's a lot of money. Yeah, Jalen Carter to Philly, I think, is a reality. I say this: if there's no more like charges, like if he doesn't get charged with like lying to the cops and there's nothing becomes a felony and it's just those 2 misdemeanors and the Eagles talk to him and they feel comfortable with him, I think they'll trade up for him. I do. The 2 guys that I will trade up for in this draft in the top 10 is Will Anderson and Jalen Carter. Let me see here. Texas has no state income tax. Yeah, but I don't want to tell anybody to go. I would never go to Dallas. But I wouldn't go to Houston either because they normally stink. So Texas would be out. Yeah, I could deal with if I was a football player, I would not mind playing in Miami at all. Bob says, Philly agents talk with every team, loosely discussing a framework for TJ's contract and drawing it up. It's actually forbidden, Bob. That's why they have, if you remember a few years ago, they would have these teams were talking, negotiating like you're talking about, like, loosely talking. And that was considered tampering. You're not supposed to do that. And then they started doing the legal tampering period in which they give 2 days before for teams to start negotiating these contracts because they're multi-million-dollar contracts. They're supposed to take a while, right? They're not even supposed to talk about TJ Edwards at all. And yet they had a contract done in 15 minutes? You're just counting comp picks now. Well, I can tell you what. The Hargrave is definitely a comp pick. That's going to be like a 3rd-round pick, right? You think 3rd or 4th? Kelce, I'm shocked you want to draft the undersized defensive tackle around. Why? Well, I don't know why you would be. I don't get caught up in undersized stuff as much. It depends on what your roster is. You got to look at it, individually. Like you can't just say, oh, well, because he's undersized, I stay away from the guy. I mean, Aaron Donald's the same size. The thing is you have Jordan Davis who's 340 pounds. Like you have a big, huge defensive tackle on the other side. He's going to get all the double teams. I think because of Jordan Davis, I think that makes Kelce a more, a perfect complement. Now, if you had a undersized defensive tackle, then I might not say that. But because of Jordan Davis, I think it opens up the possibility. We're going to sign Bobby Wagner to help Naku. I think that would be a great signing. Andre says, watch out, Philly. I live in Dallas, Texas. It's me, Philly boy from Texas. What's going on, my man? Your comment came up for a second. What do you mean? Did I miss something? Hold on. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any. I'm not missing anybody's stuff here. Brian says, after an early exit from hibernation, the cocaine bears tampered. They've been tampering all spring, right? Dude, I so want to see that movie. Delaware doesn't have taxes. Delaware doesn't have sales tax, right? But they have state income. I remember driving to Delaware to buy stuff back in the day because of the state tax. Yeah, dude, Philly's losing weight. Look at this. Look at that profile. Look at that. That's right. I'm losing weight. I'm working on it. Reeves says, undersized or not, with Kelce, the production is there, easily visible in his tape. He's a pure penetrator who gets in the backfield consistently, except the exact opposite of Dave's perfect pair. I think you're right. Dude, I don't know, man. I got a feeling Kalijah Kelce is going to be the Eagles' pick. I just do. Even might say, resize Sue, trade King. You keep saying that. I know. We're going to sign CJ and Barry. If the Eagles came away today with Bradbury and CJ Gardner-Johnson, they're going back to the Super Bowl. Still a 50. No. 497. I'm a 497 pounder now. Jawline check. Look at that. Look, I look good. I said to my wife, I said, look at this, baby. Look at this. You know what that means? We're getting in shape. More babies. Hold on a second. I got somebody from work. I gotta deal with something from work real quick. I'm gonna put this little clip on for a second. I'll be right back. I gotta deal with something. Hold on. I'll be right back.
7 minutes and 8 seconds left to go. Ball on the 47, 3rd and 4. CD in motion. Dak is back. Little pressure. Interception.
Oh, my God. Oh, can I get a big 6? That's good. What the fuck?
Wow, we lost.
Oh, my God.
So we're not going to the playoffs then? Was that what that means?
Yeah,
We just didn't clinch this week. Yeah.
Oh, we just didn't clinch this week. Oh, okay.
God dang it, Kellen Moore!
Hey, bro.
Kellen Moore!
Hey.
Dak.
Can I get a big 6?
Noah Brown.
Noah Brown.
Noah Brown. He's not good enough. I did think he was going to get a catch there.
But he did score 2 touchdowns.
He's just not good enough, bro. Like
I got to see that play again.
Which I don't understand
Pick
why.
6.
Which I don't understand why.
he dropped the fucking ball.
He dropped the ball.
Y'all, bro.
Noah Brown dropped it.
He dropped the ball.
Which why I don't understand why.
Prescott back to pass. He's looking, throws. Intercepted. Oh, intercepted. All right, sorry about that. I'm on an extra long lunch, but anything that comes in, I have to kind of take. So I had to deal with something. All good now. Let me catch up. Junior says Hargrave gone sucks, but now that means A. Davis will get a lot of reps, but that man needs to up his cardio fat. He needs to get in very good condition. We got to see what he does. So according to Greg Rosenthal, top available free agents is C.J. Gardner-Johnson. They got him listed as the number 1 safety over Jesse Bates. So you got Johnson, Bates, Poyer, Bell, Wilson, and Johnson the third. Jeez. Man. I don't know if I want Gonzalez. He's from the Pac-12. No, I understand that feeling, but I think he's a good player. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say, you know. I think Kaiser White's going to walk. I mean, maybe they get him back cheap. Maybe that's something that'll happen, you know. 500, can you show us what happened with Wentz for the Seattle game? What do you mean? Show us. Oh, you mean the story? I did the whole thing yesterday. You mean that story? Jameson Smith, Davis Super Chat goes, I'm mad, man. You're going to get me. See, when I say these names, then I start getting censored and stuff. Blank, yeah, this country 500. Also, we should sign John Sins as running back. He hit the holes hard and fast with power. Just ask Lisa Ann. Who the hell is Lisa Ann? Everybody always bring that name up. Yeah, I hear what you're saying on the first part. If I say the name, I swear to you, I start getting throttled out the whatchamacallit, dude. I got to be careful. But I'm in full agreement. Yeah, Poyer played for, and thank you for the super chat. Poyer did play for us before. He was in camp, right? He was in our camp. I think we cut him. Philly Rex says, I might not be right about who we get, but I'm always right about who we pass over. Fast and Furious Carter is not getting drafted by the Eagles. Eagles will only look the other way on charges for quarterbacks. I mean, they're speeding and racing charges, reckless driving. I don't know. I don't know that that's going to be. They're misdemeanors. Thoughts on Levante Davis if affordable? I'd be open to it. But the question is, will he be? Man, you guys are gonna get me throttled, man. I'm trying not to get throttled all the time. Make sure if you guys haven't click that subscribe button and let's get them likes up. Where are we at likewise? We're at 3. We got to get to 500 mother humpers. 500. We got like 1,000 people in here. You guys are killing it today. Oh, got it, Lions Den. Oh, I don't watch that stuff. I don't watch that stuff. I make the action. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to watch that. That stuff, man, that's bad for. I said kids don't watch that because then you just, you sit around and you grab your sock, you fill it all up, and then you have no motivation to do anything. If you let it all build up inside, then you go actually talk to girls. So don't watch that crap. That's why I wouldn't watch it. Mike says misdemeanors are like smack on the wrist, and not to do it again, he will be fine. Well, it was speeding and driving reckless. I mean, I don't think that is going to. I don't think it's going to drop him that much. Why I think he might drop is only because I think there's going to be a lot of quarterbacks to go. James Smith at 500. What free agents do you want? Midnight Green. There's one guy right now that I want, and it's a guy that was already in it. CJ Gardner-Johnson back. Like I want to get our guys back first. To me, that's priority number one. Yeah, man. Well, I don't film it, but it's not the suck. That's how they used to do it in my days when they were growing up. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I wouldn't waste my time with that garbage. That's garbage, because then what happens? All these kids, that's all they do is watch that crap. Then they never talk to a girl. They're scared. They don't need to, or they're too tired. Like you gotta have like that testosterone like build up inside, and to the point where you can't take it, and then you can talk to a girl. It's supposed to. The urge is supposed to be like build up so that you go talk to a girl. But these guys, they're dropping all their loads, into socks and around their house, and then they never talk to girls, and then they wonder why they can't get a girlfriend at 40. Stay away from that crap. They do. They just, it's good to have the urge. It's good to be like, gosh, I need a girl. I need to go find a girl and then go talk to her. When you're like boom, 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 and all the loads are dropped all over the place, you just feel like taking a nap, and you'll never talk to a girl. Next thing you know, you're 40 years old. See, I'm lucky. I'm glad I didn't grow up in this day and age where it's like you got the internet. It's easy. I'd be 700 pounds bald, and I never left my house. But no, we had to do it the old-fashioned way. Do you want Watkins replaced for a receiver? I don't mind bringing in competition for Watkins. Like if you want to draft another receiver, bring in competition, you want to sign somebody, I'm okay with it. But I don't think I would trade him. I think he still got something there, No, it's not a personal experience. I grew up in a better era where we didn't have that stuff easy at hand. So I never got into all that. I actually talked to girls. I actually went up and talked to her, say, yo, baby, how you doing? This body was made to give you pleasure. And she'd be like, oh, my God, yeah, okay. And that was it. Bing, bang, bang, boom. I'm married. I got kids. The Nicky Benz leads the end. I don't even know who the hell they are. Yo, Big Seals is going to clown us today. He's going to go off, isn't he? Philly Fan 500. Are we getting a new backup because we need a new one just in case here? Yeah, well, I think they'll get a backup. Yeah, definitely will. Definitely will. Yeah, half this girl commissioner, half the dudes watch, have ED. Exactly. They don't feel like doing anything. Then it's like, hey, yo, man, what are you doing now? Let's go out, man. Let's go, boys. Let's go talk to girls. No, dude, I'm just going to stay home and rest. People like that, all the energy is gone for the exact right out of balls. Boom, gone. They have no energy to do anything. And then they think that's how women behave. Stay away from that garbage, is all I'm saying. You're better off. Let the urges build up so you actually get the balls to talk to a girl. And that's why that's right. Eagles are looking at also Eckler. Did you see? I didn't see that they were. I know that he's asked for a trade. Whether the Eagles are or not, I don't know. Unspoken Word says, I want Carter at 10 and the Pittsburgh guy at 31. Replace Hargrave and Cox. I don't know that I don't think Kansas going to make it to that far, to be honest with you. Yeah, Derrick Henry. Now you're talking. I got to be careful not to express my opinions on that because I get throttled and censored very easily. See, he's right. My aim, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Can we trade Slay and clear the books? The Ramsey trade not only got a third, it also cleared $20 million for the Rams. Well, they cleared $20 million for the Rams and got him a third. Can we trade the Slay thing? The problem with the Slay is the way his contract is structured. Oh, I thought that was a trade that went down. But the way his contract is structured, it's gonna cost you $20-something million, and you only save like $3 million cap space. They have to actually like restructure and fix his contract before they trade him. It's not as simple. I do not want Carson Wentz back up. No. When we sign Gardner-Johnson, are you guys going to get I'm going to get the Kelly Green. I will get I'm waiting for the Kelly Greens come out next year. So I'm waiting for that. The problem with Eckler, I think, is going to be that he's going to want a new contract. If you could get him for like a year or so on 1 year, I would love it. I mean, especially if they use him out of the backfield. He's a weapon, man. I think he had 100 and something, like 107 catches, right? But he wants a new contract. Can you believe the contract Hargrave got for the Niners? He had to go to our new rivals. Oof, sad. Yeah, I know. That's the only thing that sucks about it is that he's going to the whatchamacallits. I agree with you. Mark says, how many sacks in the Super Bowl? Get off the D-line. We have Reddick, Sweat, Graham, 3 or 4 sack leaders, talk offense. I agree with you. Offensively, I think I think the way to build this team for next year is to build the offensively. I'm totally agree. And then you build the defense through the draft over the next few years. Kelly Green, my first jersey's Devontae Smith, Kelly Green, followed by if CJ Gardner-Johnson signs, it will be a CJ Gardner-Johnson jersey also. Carter will be there at 10. I take him. Him or Kalijah Kancey. The more I watch Kalijah Kancey, the more I think, man, he might be the guy because I think he's just a perfect fit for the Eagles. Bang, bang, Fiver. How's it going? How's the family? Family's good, William. How are you doing? You like Gainwell? I like Gainwell, but I'm not convinced Gainwell could be your lead every down back, you know? Yeah, Kancey, man. Kancey can't. I just, when I close my eyes, I think, all right, who are the Eagles to draft? I just could see Kalijah Kancey and people going, no, why did we draft him? No. And then a lot of people being like, we really like him. I think he could be the guy. I really do. Yeah, I'll take both those guys too. I think Smith would be great as the third receiver. Matt says 500. Milt Williams breakout season incoming. Can rush the passer and defend. I like Milt Williams. I do. The question is do I like him enough that I think I'm okay at that position? I think he could be a bridge defensive. I don't know if I think he's a starter. But I also think that, maybe you bring back Sue on 1-year deal. Like, if you could get Ndamukong Suh for 1 year, that might not be a bad idea. I don't know that Fletcher Cox is retiring. What I read last night was that it was unlikely he would return to the Eagles. But that, we don't know. They say Kelce is an Aaron Donald protege. Went to the same school, same weight, height. Got to get. Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what it is. Let me see if I can find it. They're basically like almost the same exact size, same speed. Went to the same school. They're really similar. So you got both went to Pitt, right? Kalijah Kancey is 6'1". Aaron Donald was 6'3". Kalijah Kancey's 281 pounds. Aaron Donald's 285 pounds. Kalijah Kancey ran 4.6 fast, 4.67 40. Donald 4.68 40. I mean, they're very, very similar. Not to mention, I think Kalijah Kancey had 15 tackles for losses last year. So why not? Andrew says Kalijah Kancey at 10 would be a huge mistake. I don't know. I like him, So Bradbury to Dallas, that would suck. That would suck. Because I think Dallas secondary would be really good. You couldn't deny that their secondary would be good with Bradbury. Their offense still wouldn't score enough points though. Carter, Kancey, and/or Smith, and a cornerback. Carter, Kancey, and/or Smith. Yeah. Cole's cat was at Jerry's sleeping today. Well, he is 2,800 years old. Sometimes you sleep a little more. Savvy says, I'm not a fan of taking Kancey at 10, just my opinion, but I think there's going to be better players on the board still can use. That's fair enough. I think a lot of people feel like that. And you might be right, I just want the Eagles to take the best available player. But when I close my eyes, I could totally see the Eagles taking him. Jerry's always sleeping. Oh, man, you're right about that. So we're an hour and 17 minutes in. We got over 900 people in the chat. If you're new to the channel, hit that like. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you guys so much for being here. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Let's see here. Kansas projected to go in the first round, but not top 10. He ain't a blue chip. You know what? Before the combine, he wasn't supposed to go in the first round. Then you had people saying he's going to late round. I've seen people say he's going top 12 to 15. So I'm not sure. All I'm saying is I like the kid. And when I close my eyes, he seems like the total type of player the Eagles would draft. Troel Embiid, I like that. So would you be open to signing back Aguilar or third? No, I would not. Not at all. LeBron says, what's up, 500? Just came from Joe Shakes. Oh, very cool, man. What's going on? How are you? Just Chill says, I can't wait to see Kelce and Jurgens pull together, pause, and block downfield. Do you think they'll use Jurgens at right guard? I think they will, too. I think that's probably what they do. But it'll be interesting. Terrence says, shock move this offseason will be the Eagles trading for either Henry or Eckler, both on last year's deal with extension potential, or Dalvin Cook, how you want to draft him. The problem with Dalvin Cook is like 15 to 17 million cap, right? Hit. I think if you got Henry, it's only a 1-year deal. Eckler, I think you might have to extend Eckler, but man, I mean, you can't deny Eckler's production. 107 receptions last year, over 900 yards on the ground. He's good. Sorry, I was hoping it was something. We gave up 38 in the Super Bowl with our and when our O dominated time of possession. F the D, let's get Henry and tier 1 slot receiver drop to 50. My man, Bonzology, yes. Coming over, that's what I'm talking about, Bonzology. That's what we got to do. Philly 500 could make a living off Jerry Jones. Old, man. Old. Mike Patterson, Eagles first rounder in 2008, is almost exactly the same kind of player in college as Kelce. He was constantly overpowered by larger, strong offensive linemen. I think Kelce's better prospect coming out of college than Patterson. Plus, what I like about Kelce, it has a lot to do with Jordan Davis and the compliment. Listen, if you want to go get Jalen Carter, I'm totally okay with that too. All I'm saying is Kalijah Kelce reminds me of the type of player the Eagles would draft. That's all I'm saying. Arthur says 500. We're not signing Henry. We run shotgun. What is the one thing that we've learned from Nick Sirianni over 2 years? What is the one thing we've learned about the Eagles and this offense over 2 years? That they can adjust to the talent around them and change their offense pretty easily. So whatever they need to do to adjust for Derrick Henry would not be a problem. The idea is you want your offense to be able to score a lot more points. You want your offense to be so good that it helps your defense out while you transition to a lot of younger guys and build through the draft over 2 years. By making your offense better, which is already really good, that you then make it really hard for teams to outscore you. That's what you got to do. Come on, Minshew. Come on. Oh, Gardner-Minshew. Forget Gardner-Minshew. How much would Kareem Hunt cost you? That's the question. If you told me if I'm going to go the Kareem Hunt route, then let me just draft Bijan Robinson. I'd rather have him under contract for 5 years. Yeah, I don't know how you pay him $40 million, but it is what it is. Yeah, Rockham, I agree. Who has no quarterback? Yeah, CJ Bradbury. Definitely see if you get CJ Gardner-Johnson back and Bradbury back today, you go back to the Super Bowl. You would go back to, I think you're a Super Bowl team again. You have a question, Philly. Am I right or wrong? Personally, think the Panthers did good in getting the first overall pick. I think they gave up a lot, but if you go out and you draft a quarterback and he becomes your franchise quarterback and he's good and he takes you to the Super Bowl, then obviously it's worth it. I can't knock a team for taking a shot on trying to get up and get a franchise quarterback. I can't knock a team, but I can't deny the Bears, man. They got a lot. They got a lot for that. They did really well. Zeke fan, what's going on, my man? How are you? Yeah, that number 3 overall pick with a high, with his ceiling higher than Hurts equals no quarterback facts. Go off, bro. I missed that. Truancy, what's going on, man? He goes, what's good, 5? Been a minute. Still salty about the Super Bowl. Yeah, I hear you. You think we're gonna have any defense left as is? We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose guys, but we will find a way. We will basically probably tape ourselves up. Put some Band-Aids on some spots. But I think the offense is going to be what carries us. Let's see. Any updates? Let's look. Let me refresh, see if we got anything going on. No. Nothing. The last thing really was basically Kelce signing. Let me see here. Big question on Bleeding Green Nation is, should the Eagles trade for Austin Eckler? I like Eckler, but question is that I have with the Eckler situation is this. If I trade for Austin Eckler, am I going to have to extend him? Because if I have to extend him, I don't think it's worth it. But if I could get him for the year at what, $6.5 million, I would do that. Good coachings can make players better than they are. Desai has the opportunity to do that this year. I agree. If we're going to trade for a running back, we might as well give Miles an extension. I mean, it depends. I mean, they don't use Miles a lot, you know. Do you know that since Nick Sirianni, I'm trying to see his update here. Do you know that since Sirianni took over, Miles Sanders has only played in half of the offensive snaps that we've had under Nick Sirianni. He's only played in half of the offensive snaps. It's crazy. So Dallas wants Bradbury now. Is that what it is? Let's see. Yeah, Cowboys want Bradbury. I'm down for Brian Branch if we lose CJ, best safety prospect left. Yeah, I'm okay with the safety. I'm okay. Would the Eagles draft a safety? That's the question. Looks like Howie's focusing on going young. Agreed. I think the Eagles right now are trying to get CJ Gardner-Johnson back. I think that's the big thing. If they can find a way to get CJ back and Bradbury, holy crap, that would be like that would exceed my expectations for free agency. Truancy says, he's got fresh legs. If he take a hometown discount, I'd be perfectly okay with Miles coming back. But I think our offense is fine. Got to get Slay and CJ and draft. No, listen, I like Miles. I would not mind Miles coming back either. I'm just thinking, though, from the way the Eagles use him, I can't see them justifying paying him, you know, what they're going to have to. Fuck. Oh God, are you? You tell her relax. Joe Eagle says, if we trade back at all to obtain a couple extra picks, should we consider double dipping at cornerback? Porter Jr., Ringo would be dope. I mean, I don't know. I guess I would not mind. And the Eagles have done that before in their history. Remember the year they got Lito Shepherd, Sheldon Brown, and Michael Lewis with their first 3 picks? I mean, you could always have a situation like that. I'll lose my shit if Bradbury signs. I don't think he's going to sign with Dallas. I don't think that's going to happen. But I'm surprised, though. I am a little surprised that he hasn't signed with anybody yet. I thought he would have. I thought something would have happened much quicker with him, you know. But it hasn't. Maybe he's given the Eagles up. Maybe Howie's trying to figure a way to land CJ and Bradbury at the same time. I want Miles to walk. I think that's going to happen. Karen says Rodgers to the Jets. Did that happen yet, or is it just talk? Evan Ross says, resign Bradbury, CJ Gardner-Johnson, trade Slay, and pick 10 to the Cardinals for 3. Take Anderson, Carter, that could package pick 30, and maybe future Witherspoon. It's not bad. I like that. The question is going to be how are they going to be able to work out the CJ Gardner-Johnson trade or signing? Jason Wall, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, I think they're going to dump everyone with yeah, they might. They might. Timothy Luber says, I'm a Cowboy fan, but you don't have to worry about the Cowboys. The Jones boys aren't going to sign anyone. All they care about is selling jerseys. I love it. I love it. What's confirmed? Confirmed. What are we talking? Are we talking about Rodgers? Steve says, I can't imagine how he let Bradbury sign with the Cowboys. He'll pay whatever it takes to keep him. I would hope. Confirmed Rodgers to the. What did the Jets give up for Rodgers? Boy, they really gave up on their second-year quarterback, didn't they? History repeats itself. Brett Favre was traded to the Jets. Now Aaron Rodgers is traded to the Jets. What did they give up? Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. Well, do you know what that means for the Eagles, right? That means the NFC conference just got weaker. This is what I'm saying. The Eagles, they can get back to the Super Bowl. They still could be the best team in the NFC. You upgrade your offense, make it better while you build through the draft on your defense, and the Eagles can win the NFC again. Because really, the Rodgers is gone. Brady is gone. What did they give up for Rodgers? GG Meta, what's going on, man? What's happening? Young Money says, NFC is weak. It is weak. It is. The Eagles can win it. Here we go. No, it says, Aaron Rodgers on timeline decision. Stay tuned. I don't think it'll be long. There's a time limit for all this. What the hell are you talking about? I don't see anything about Rodgers confirmed. I see nothing about that. I guess it is confirmed. But what did they get? Trying to see what the compensation was. Come on, CJ. We need you back. Oh, Young Money, that's a cheap shot, man. Jenny Craig ran out of food. I called them up and they ran out of food. Come on, man. Take a cheap shot at Philly 5-0. NFC super weak. Exactly. Don't sleep on third. Yeah, I mean, that's a good sign, I guess. They'll be a playoff team and lose in round 2. You know. If we can't retain C.J. Gardner-Johnson, should we get... I don't see... If we can't afford C.J. Gardner-Johnson, there's no way we can afford Jesse Bates. No, I think that's BS. That's BS. Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter would be scariest young duo. I agree, Philadelphia underdogs. That would be fantastic. I'm all for that. Yeah, I hear you. All right. I'm going to go get my Matt Corral jersey now. Jimmy G with McDaniel in Oakland. Yeah, I guess. Sidney Jones at Dallas more likely, right? Dallas is focusing on linebackers and running backs right now. That's the deal. Let's see. Nothing on C.J. Gardner-Johnson, man. Nothing. How many likes do we got, by the way? We got 514 likes. 900. If you're new to the channel, hit that like. Make sure you subscribe. Let's get 600 likes. I will be streaming tomorrow as well at some point. And then Wednesday, not sure about. Thursday, Friday, we'll be streaming too. So look for those. Ray Jones, just watch Kansas highlights while he's got a lot of upside, man. Celia just said the Eagles aren't going to make the playoffs. Holy shit, this guy. Yeah. Of course, he's been waiting to say that. Truist just says, hey, at least we don't have Dak laughing my ass off. I'm curious to see how the Hurts extension fares with all this. We might not be able to keep anyone if they pay that man more than Danny. They're going to get way more than Danny Dimes. I mean, he's going to get $50 million. But the way they'll structure his contract is it's going to be an extension. It will not hurt us this coming year. It'll hurt us in a couple years. That's why you've got to rebuild this defense through the draft. That's why you have to rebuild it through the draft. So and that's why I would go get a running back. That's why when people say, well, I don't want a running back in the first round, because, it's a devalued position. How is a running back? I know they always say it, but you have 3 franchise tags on running backs. If it's so devalued, why are these guys franchising their running backs? I say get a guy like Bijan Robinson in the first round, and then you have him under contract for 5 years on a rookie deal. This will help you a lot with Jalen Hurts and his contract. Dude, I think Bijan Robinson's another guy. They got to find a way to get a defensive player at 10, and then they got to get that 30th pick and find a way to get up and get Bijan Robinson. I really believe that. Mark, thank you for Super Chat, my man. He says, can we get Rager back? Are you trying to end my life early? Are you like, that guy took 15 years off my life? No, we can't get Rager back early, but I appreciate the Super Chat. Thank you. $3,500. If we let Javon Hargrave go, let go Jalen Carter, then means we save money and get better. I agree with you. If you could get Jalen Carter at 10, like perfect world for me to be something like this, right? You get like a Jalen Carter at 10. Then you get that 30th pick. You get your second round pick next year, whatever else you have to do. And then you try to move up. Maybe like 15, 16, 17, 18, whatever it is. You move back up and you draft Bijan Robinson. If you told me I could get those 2 guys in the first round, I'm set. Yeah, Lane's still in Philly. It depends. If I have to sign Eckler to an extension, I'm going to go Derrick Henry. Because Eckler wants an extension. I don't know if he's going to come anywhere without that. NFL Network E-Rep said nothing happened yet in regards to Aaron Rodgers, but I think they have to just figure out the cap hit, which is like $43 million for the pack. Wow. It's a lot of money. I can't believe we're back at where the Packers are trading their franchise Hall of Fame quarterback to the Jets. Like, dude, history repeats itself. Don't these teams learn from history? If the Jets, I think it's crazy. I would say the question is how far can you get up with the 30th pick, a second rounder, and then maybe let's throw in some mid per pick or a player. How far can you get up? Probably to like 18, 19, 20. Oh, I got the Matt Corral jersey. That's for the draft. What did the Jets have to pick up Aaron? They would pick up some of it. Some of it is like, I think the Packers have to eat. That's why the Derrick Henry thing, I don't know, because I don't know how much the Titans have to eat of that contract. I think the Jets, I don't know. I guess they semi-are if they get Aaron Rodgers. I mean, they got some weapons on the Jets, so, I mean, that's going to be interesting. It's your boy says, it is what it is, but in today's football, you can either pay free agents and have a cheap quarterback, or you can have an expensive quarterback and rookie deal players. It's hard to have both. Very hard. That's why you have to hit on the draft, you know? Bijan is going in the teens. All right. So if he's going in the teens, I could take a player at 10. I have that 30th pick. I have an extra second round pick next year. That second round pick, I'm willing to trade it because I'm going to have all those compensatory picks that year. So if I could take that 30th pick, that second round pick next year, and then if I have to throw something else in and get to 15, if I can get to 15, I can draft Bijan Robinson. Now, if you told me I come out of the draft with Jalen Carter and Bijan Robinson, let's go. Let's go. Jets have Bryce Hall. Let's see here. It's gonna be interesting. I'm just looking to see if anything's coming up. I got nothing breaking. What's the holdup on CJ, and how do you feel about Ringo? I like Ringo, Johnny Ringo. I like Ringo a lot. I would at 30, yeah, I would definitely consider him at 30. The holdup on CJ, I guess, is the Eagles. They got to work with the space. They don't have a lot of cap space. I'm just surprised they weren't able to restructure any of these guys' deals. Ryan Roman, what's going on, man? How are you? Now that the Raiders have signed a quarterback, will they draft one at the pick or trade down? That's a great question. My guess is that they're going to trade down. I think they're going to trade. Let me see. Let me pull up the draft here. I want to see something. So you got the Panthers 1, Texans 2, Cardinals 3, Colts 4, Seahawks 5, Lions 6, Raiders 7. See, I think you got the first 2 picks are quarterbacks. Then you got the Cardinals. I expect the Cardinals. I really think the Cardinals are going to trade that pick for somebody that wants a quarterback. So then you'll get another quarterback. The Colts will take a quarterback. So I think 4 quarterbacks are going in the top 4 picks. If the Cardinals trade that pick. Broncos looking to trade Sutton, Judy, Hamlin. Now, see, I know that they're looking at Sutton, and I haven't heard anything about Hamlin, but Sutton and Judy I've heard. I would consider one of those guys if you get as a third receiver. Although I think Sutton would be better on the outside. 500, where does Nelson Aguilar rank with your favorite Eagles of all time? Like third last? Like literally third last? Definitely third last. Cardinals are taking Will Anderson if they stay there. If they get an offer, because the way I see it is you may get somebody, right? You get 2 quarterbacks go 1 and 2, and then you got the Colts sitting there. They want a quarterback, right? So anybody who's going to want to jump the Colts are going to have to go to the Cardinals. So the Cardinals may end up trading that pick because they just get so much for it. So you could be in a situation where they move that pick. Now, if they move that pick and you get the first 4 picks or quarterbacks, then the Seahawks pick at 5. They won't take a quarterback. They probably go, Will Anderson or something? Then you have the Lions. So the Eagles have a shot at getting a good player. Julian Slim Reaper and AJ Brown, it is vicious. It is. Trade up with the Raiders. Take Carter at 7. Stand pat. Take Gibbs at 30. That's a beautiful scenario. That's a beautiful scenario. I like it. Yeah, Killed Under says, breaking news, Eagles are pushing sign CJ Gardner-Johnson. They're talking to his agent at this moment. Yeah, they're trying, man. The Eagles are trying to get them done. You can't blame the Eagles for trying. I mean, they tried. They're doing everything that they can. If we could just land CJ, if we could just get him done, that would be huge. Pause. Let me see. Hold on. Eagles need all their picks they can get. I think they'll draft best available or trade back. We won't move up this year. There are too many stars we have to replace. But they're not looking at, the Eagles aren't looking at it like we got to replace them all this year. They're looking at next year with those compensatory picks as the primary source of time to do it. I think the Eagles probably, if it's me, I'm staying at 10. Most likely, I don't have to go anywhere. I just stay at 10, take the best player. I think the Eagles are in a great position at 10. 30, I'm moving up. I'm taking my second next year, my extra second next year. I'm taking that 30. I'm moving up, and I'm trying to get Bijan Robinson. I would definitely consider trading for Eckler if I don't have to give him an extension. The reason why he asked for a trade was because he wanted an extension with the Chargers. I don't think they wanted to give it to him. So if I can just get him at the current rate of what, $6.5 million, I think somebody said, yeah, I would do it. But if I have to give him an extension, no. Ronell Williams is our new nickel coach per ML football. Okay. Let me see. James says Witherspoon, Gonzalez, or Porter Jr. I have to study more to give you a really fair ranking, but based off what I've seen so far, I would be 1 Witherspoon, 2 Gonzalez, and then 3 Porter. And for some reason, and call me crazy, but I think if you could convert Porter over to a safety, he'd be the best safety in football in a few years. Zay Boogie, thank you for super chat. He goes 500. How would you feel if we signed Carter and Bijan in the first round, trade up for the tight end, and trade up for the tight end Darnell Washington in the second? He's amazing at blocking, a huge red zone threat. I think if you got, and Zay Boogie, thank you for the super chat, my man. Appreciate you. If I got Carter and Bijan in the first round, to me that would be an amazing haul in the first round. If I get Darnell Washington in the second, I mean, I think he's talented. I like him. I just wonder if we need another tight end right now. It would definitely make our offense really, really good. But I would think you probably got to go defense at that point, like corner or something, you know? Oh, Gonzalez is great. Believe me, I'm not officially. I can't tell you, yes, this is for sure what I think. I need to go watch more, but I like both those guys. I really like. I like Witherspoon's physical play. Not officially, he hasn't. People are saying that it's getting close, and then there were some players like Garrett Wilson tweeted like cryptic tweet like, now I can go enjoy my vacation, like it's done, but nothing official. Resign CJ, draft Jalen Carter, trade for Henry, and draft Ringo 30. Whew, man, that's a lot. See, here's the thing. If I re-signed CJ and drafted Jalen Carter, and then I traded for Henry, to me, if I did all those things, I think the next move that I would make is at 30, I would take Jamar Gibbs. I would pair, if I get Henry, I want to get Gibbs as well. I want to pair those two up for 1 year. That's what I would want to do. Christian, I would say you're probably right. BB13, man, you just keep trying, don't you? I just look at BB13's insults and I just take it in. I take it in. I say, all right, I'm gonna take that one. I'm gonna take that one. The guy, his name is BB13. You know, that stupid robot in Star Wars. Dude, Last Jedi, worst movie in history of the world. Eagles offense is pretty intact, but a backup quarterback is needed. Would you go expensive or cheap? Preferably, I would target Marcus Mariota. So maybe that would probably be a little bit on the expensive side. But I think if you get Marcus Mariota, he would be perfect because you don't have to constantly change your whole offense because he's coming in. Show enough, what's up, man? Because Carter won't fall far enough, and how he doesn't use 2 first-round picks. I don't understand why he would have to use 2 first-round. Oh, he doesn't use. Well, listen, he might not fall far enough, but let's look at the Eagles. Over the last 2 years, the Eagles have moved up to get the guy that they wanted, Devontae Smith and Jordan Davis. So if they want Jalen Carter and he gets, I think, 6'7", I think they'll go up and get him if they really want him. And usually you're right, they don't use 2 first-round picks. This year might be the exception to the rule because you're losing so many players. I think almost you gotta do something. Now, I think that 30th pick, I think they'll either trade out of the first round, get more picks, or they're going to trade up with it. I think the 10th pick, they're most likely just stay put. But if they really want Carter, they'll move up. Rob over 9,000 says, "Yes, sir. I like that a lot. Henry and Gibbs all day." Yeah, that's what I would do. If I was the trade for Henry, I'm getting Gibbs at 30. That's my plan. Save your sanity and give up on running back in first. Sure. I mean, why not? I mean, because everybody else does it, right? Let's do what everybody else does. All the other teams, you can't draft a running back. That's not what the norm is. That's not what people do. So we're gonna have to just forget that. I don't think so. I think you got to sometimes go against the grain. That's what Howie has succeeded. When the Eagles go against the grain and act on their own, and they lead the way, and they're aggressive, that's when they're successful. When they just do what everybody else does, they fail. Why do you go get a running back in the first round? Because you got the best offensive line in football. You need to score more points. You want to improve your offense for next year. And also, you got Jalen Hurts' contract coming up. And why not get a running back under contract for 5 years on a rookie deal? People say running backs aren't, they're overvalued. Well, then why do 3 teams franchise running backs? You got 3 teams that franchise tag running backs. I'm not saying give a running back a second contract, but I'm saying get a running back in the first that's got a lot of talent behind that line and then put him on a rookie deal for 5 years. I think that's a great idea, and it's something that a lot of teams don't do. 500 Dan Cilio is saying we won't to playoffs now. I don't know how he could say that. It's literally March 13th. We haven't had the draft yet. We haven't had free agency doesn't even start till Wednesday. How can you say that? And that offense, you can't deny that offense is still not potent, Yeah, franchise price for a running back is only $10 million. Just imagine how much cheaper a rookie deal for a running back that's going to be around for 5 years. Do you know how much pressure that takes off the Eagles and Hurts' contract? If you got a running back, like let's say a Bijan Robinson type talent, who's got 5 years to play with you, go out and use him. Give him as many attempts. Use the crap out of him. And then when he's up for a contract, let him walk. But I think that's better than going out and franchise tagging these running backs. Yeah, Kareem Hunt and Gibbs would be great as well. Slay is recruiting Thielen. I saw that. Philly 500 said, I have no control or no say of what he says if the Eagles aren't making it. Yeah, and you would have Bijan Robinson for 5 years. And Bijan Robinson would come in year 1 and be effective. Be a 3-down back. He would be really good first year. He would make our offense better. And then he was under a rookie contract for 4 more years after that. I don't know, man. I think that this whole idea that you don't draft a running back in the first round, I think there's a benefit to it, and that's what it is. Now, if you're just starting out and you got 2-3 years left to rebuild, yeah, don't do it. But when you're like the Eagles and a few good moves, you're back in the Super Bowl, why not do it? Yeah, I sounds like Fudger is close to it sounded like Fletcher Cox was going to go. And now you got Jim Schwartz over there in Cleveland. So, of course, he's going to target Eagle players. It makes sense. What's the obsession with the running back names? The Chiefs won Super Bowl 7th round running back. No one knew about. Who cares about? Yeah, but they also got Patrick Mahomes throwing the ball. The thing is, it's not about the running back names. You're not getting caught up in names. It's about what does it mean to the offense. Like when you have the best offensive line in football, okay, and you have the best offensive line in football, and you've put a young, talented player who's got tremendous upside. I mean, that does a lot of things for your team. The Eagles' offense, if they can be better than they were last year and score more points, it will help you while you rebuild your defense to the draft. It's to me, running back is often said a devalued position, but to me, it's over-devalued right now. Teams have over-devalued it. And you see that when you look at the franchise tags. 3 running backs franchise tag. So I think I look at a running back as an opportunity for the Eagles specifically to make them better next year immediately if they can upgrade that position. That's why it appeals to me. And it also appeals to me because if I have a running back under contract for 5 years, I'm not going to pay him anything. The Chiefs, they found a running back in the 7th round. It's great. It doesn't happen all the time. Not every team is going to find it. Just because you can doesn't mean you will. Sean, David Super Chat goes, would you rather keep CJ Gardner? I would rather keep CJ Gardner-Johnson in a second. He is a top 3. He is. Yes, if Carter's available at 10, I would take him. Unless something else comes out about, everything that happened. If everything stands the way it is now, I would take him. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers with Jets. Interesting, isn't that? Alex says, I'm not saying we shouldn't, but I'm saying they won't. No, you might be right. They might not. They might not. But the one thing, the one reason I think and you're probably right in that's most likely. But one of the reasons why I think maybe they would surprise us is because how he was just talking about how, like, if you do what the other teams do and you try to follow what they're doing, you fall behind. You kind of want to do the opposite things. And sometimes when everybody says, okay, we don't take running backs in the first round, let's avoid it. It creates an opportunity for the team that is willing to do it because you get a really talented player. Now, I think Bijan Robinson's going to be really good in the NFL. I think he's really talented. I think he's a year 1 guy. So to me, it presents opportunity. That's the only reason I'm saying. But you're probably right, they won't. But I just think it's a really good idea because it goes against the grain. It goes against the grain of what teams do. And to me, it makes such an immediate impact on your offense and on your cap. Philadelphia Underdog says, Philly 500 teams like the Dolphins and Browns always sign teams leftovers for a big contract without building a team first. I'm glad our GM knows. I agree. I agree with you. Yeah, I was watching Tank Bigsby stuff lately too. I think Howie is going to make a couple unexpected moves. Yeah, I do. I expect some stuff to come that we're probably not even seeing. Yeah. Paris Johnson would not be shocked. It would not shock me at all. And I would not mind. Top available free agents. They got CJ Gardner-Johnson ranked 7th. Well, NFC East. So they got Gardner-Johnson 7, Bradbury 8, Sayamalu 61, Kaiser White. I didn't see what it changed. What's the chances? I don't think it's likely just because of the amount of money that you're putting there. But, I mean, you never know, right? You never know. And if you guys haven't, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. We will be doing this probably. We'll definitely do it tomorrow. I just don't know what time. Wednesday, not sure about. Thursday, Friday, we'll be doing this. And then I should have videos also. Let me see something here. I was hoping that what's his face would sign. Dominic says, Phil, do you feel confident we will get CJ Gardner-Johnson back? I feel like they're still working hard. I feel it's 50-50. Like, I feel like we got a legitimate shot. Do I feel super good about it? Not necessarily. But I feel like we got a shot, you know? Gibbs would be a fantastic pick at 30. I agree. If Kobe Dean ready to man down the middle of the defense, I think Bobby Wagner gets signed by Phil. I think Bobby Wagner would be a great signing for the Eagles. I think he could be like a cheap signing for 1 year to come in, really mentor Kobe Dean and play with him. I think that would be great. Now, if you could do that and get CJ Gardner-Johnson back, well, we got something, man. I think there's a chance, yeah. Bryce says, a guy like Bijan will get Rookie of the Year. Agreed. I mean, and how many times do we hear people say the Eagles have a great offensive line, doesn't matter what running back you put behind him, he's going to be good. And that's true. It's true. But what happens when you have a really good line and you put a really good back behind it? Great things happen. Great things happen. And Bijan Robinson can catch out of the backfield. See, if it's me, a perfect world, I take a defensive player at 10, and I'm trading back up for Bijan Robinson. Sean Davis Super Chat, he goes, CJ Gardner-Johnson leaving would be like Jimmy Butler leaving. It would, yeah. It would. In some ways, the Butler thing's worse because they had the money to pay him. In fact, some people still want Nick Foles back up. Yeah, that's true. Thank you for remembering. What happened? Oh, somebody gifted somebody? Hold on. It doesn't show. Let me see. No, why did you get, don't delete, please don't delete, Tuneman's, stuff. He's allowed to, we don't, who deleted that? We don't censor here. Please don't delete, stuff. I didn't see somebody gifted somebody membership. Thank you for doing that. Whoever did it. It's not showing up, but please don't time people out, and please don't delete messages about trolling. We don't censor on this channel, only for 3 things. So who is it? Who was it got censored? Who got deleted? 2 man. I apologize for that. That you should not have been messages should not have been deleted. I apologize. Dibben, you gifted, man. Shout out to you. 2 people got membership 500. VJ, that's awesome. Dibben, thank you. Shout out to you. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Man, you're gonna get me censored, Jim Burtz. So if I dance with saying we win max 8 games, he's crazy. He's crazy. They were talking shit about you. Now let them talk. That's okay. They're allowed to talk. You're allowed to come on here and talk crap about me. They have a right to say whatever they want. I don't care. I don't censor people. I really don't believe in it. It's like it's a moral thing, you know. So just let them talk. Only 3 things: racist stuff, overt spam, and then like threatening to kill somebody are like the only things. Otherwise, let them talk. They can say whatever they want about me. Call me fat. Call me this. Call me that. I could, believe me, I don't lose any sleep over it. David says, Phil, oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Super Toast, I can't wait to watch the draft with you and Joey Shakes. It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be great. Yeah, I think Dan's just saying that. He knows it's too early. He's just saying that because he's working everybody up because it's smart. It's smart. Rogers Jets convert a source. Yeah, that's cool. Philly 500 drinks peep flavored egg dog when he tells his wife things on. I know, I do. I hide it. 4 things also No Dallas or Jerry Jones slander. That is allowed too. Andrea Ford says, love your child. Thank you. Appreciate that. How long is this today? This is it's gonna end in probably about 5 minutes because it's 2 hours in. I could do about 2 hours. That's about it. Then I have to go. But I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, I am. I'm working on it, man. I'm working. I'm lifting. I'm eating. I'm trying to do the best I can. My goal is to be in totally by shape by the time I'm 50. So it gives me about 2.5 years. Denise says, 500, I love your content. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't. Yeah, Matt Crowd jersey's hanging up in the closet. It's ready to go. So let your nuts hang. That's why I walk on my tiptoes, my friend. You're not turning. No, I'm not for a few years. I'm 47. I'm 47 right now, so I got a few years. Who do you draft with the 10th pick? I haven't decided yet. But I can tell you some names. Jalen Carter, Kalijah Kancey, Witherspoon, Gonzalez. Those are the 4 guys. And you know, unless like Will Anderson Jr. falls, those are the guys I'm looking at. Don't worry, just hang in there. It's going to be okay. We got to just be a little patient, you know. You don't look for it. Yeah, I appreciate that. Believe me, I appreciate that. Mark said, I would love Jalen Carter. House does it 500 when you turn 50 and get Alzheimer's. Do you think you'll forget you're an Eagles fan? Alzheimer's. And no, I don't think that'll ever happen. Kid says 500. If we can't get Bijan, would you be okay with Rashawn Johnson? He was a backup running back to Bijan. Yeah, I've watched some of him too. I really like him too. Yeah, I would consider that. So I remember when you were saying we got Hurts no matter what, you will never be happy with the pick. Has that changed? Do you like the pick? No, it wasn't. It wasn't. No, what I meant by that is not Hurts pick itself. What I meant by that is I didn't like the strategy. I didn't like the strategy that you took a guy to sit on the bench in the second round when you needed starters. That's what I was referring to. I'm not referring to Hurts itself. Like I said in the video, Hurts may be great. I have no issue with him. It was the strategy of taking a backup quarterback. You know, because I don't believe they drafted him believing he was going to play. I think they were taking him to try to save money on a backup. That's what I'm specifically talking about. And if they did that this year, let's say in the second round they take a quarterback this year, I wouldn't be happy. Izzy Hill, Boulder, man, thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. He goes, the more I think about what you're saying, the more I agree with you. Go offense. Yes, that's to help the short term while we fix the defense over the long term. My man, that's right. You're coming my way. I love it. And thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. I like Nelson stir the gravy, right? Every time I go to Jacob Mia, it's 40% Cowboy fans, 40% Niner fans, 20% Eagle fans on the Eagles news channel. Why? I don't know. Probably because he's down in the Eagles. They want to hear it. Joey Cabanelli says, none of us knew in 2020 also Jalen was going to become a player he is today. Yeah, it's true. I don't even think the Eagles knew. I mean, I think they knew he had talent, but I really think they were looking at it in terms of hurt. Wentz is always hurt, and we're going to get somebody for 4 years at a good rate. You know, that's what I think they thought. I tried to go cheap with the back quarterback position, Tyler Hunter, Philip Wolf, trades. They might. No, Philly 5. That BB13 for once we are in agreement. John, what's going on, man? How are you? All right, guys. Well, listen. It is. We're over 2 hours, so I'm going to end this. Probably have videos later today. No question about it. I will. Maybe 1, maybe 2. We'll see, depending upon the news. And like I said, Probably be definitely be streaming tomorrow at some point, and then the rest of the week except for Wednesday. So look for that. If you haven't, make sure you hit the like. Make sure you subscribe on the way out. Thank you to everybody for spending time with me. Thank you for all super chats, subscribers, all the trolls. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. I will be back later today with a video for sure. With that, let Cowboy fans take us out. Take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. And hopefully, CJ Gardner-Johnson is in Howie Vision. Peace.
Play. We had one.
Yo, you gotta be motherfucking
You
kidding
got
me.
to kidding me. We have no time for one more play.
Look at this motherfucker
What are you doing?
running from
What
a.
are you doing?
To get off the field on third down.
What was that bullshit?
That is not right.
Kellen Moore, he's got to be better, man. He wasn't.
Oh, that's some bullshit. What was that? We had enough time for one more
He
play.
had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us.
But, you know, this is just
The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
The brother screwed
it
us.
is, man.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys games.
Yeah, you literally.
The brother screwed us. The brother screwed us.
It's going to end the way that
Yeah, we had opportunity for one more play.
Hi, Michael Anthony, Fitness here, MAF.